Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Lauren. So today's video is going to be a cleaning video, but not only are we going to be cleaning, we're going to be cleaning, decluttering, as well as decorating. I felt like there were just a lot of areas around my house that were kind of in disarray that I wanted to get put back together, and then there were certain areas that I was kind of putting off doing certain things, hanging things up. So I decided to tackle those in today's video. So it's a really good one. I hope you guys enjoy, and let's just get on into it. So recently it has been so gloomy and overcast here, and I know it's, April showers bring May flowers, but when it is rainy and overcast out, I just have no motivation to get anything done. I really feel like no matter how hard I try, I feel like a different person on those days. So on this day, it was finally sunny out after like a week of rain. So I had new life in me. I was excited, I was motivated. So I wanted to go ahead and just tackle different areas around my house. So here I'm just showing you some items that I had picked up at stores over the past couple months. So that frame I'm gonna keep and use in my bedroom, but the other items I need to go ahead and return. Got them at Ross because they were really cheap, but once I got them home and styled, I just didn't love how they looked. So I got those put in a pile by the front door so I could make some returns. And now I'm just going through all these random items on the dining room table. This room is right when you walk into the house, so we always have like backpacks, or you can see there's a leftover bagel, just random items that kind of get dropped off here. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean that up, and then we're gonna finally tackle the dining room wall decor. Now, you might be seeing these diapers on the dining room table and thinking, why does she have diapers when her youngest son is 4? And that is because we are still struggling with potty training. So I would love any tips. I have a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old. And our 7-year-old, we potty trained when he was 3. It went fine. It wasn't even memorable. I don't even remember doing it because there wasn't much to it. But my 4-year-old just will not. He says that the potty is so scary. I don't know, he's really against it. We even took him to the doctor, and his doctor basically told us to kind of drop this subject, that he might just be being stubborn and we kind of need to give it a rest for a couple months. Now, if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, then you would remember that 4-year-old was a micro preemie. So I went into labor with him at 27 weeks and I had him at 28 weeks. So sometimes I do feel like he's a little behind his peers. Nothing significant, but sometimes with hitting certain milestones, like he walked a little later. So I'm like, you know what, if that is the most troubles we have with having a micro preemie, he has no health issues, nothing like that, then we are lucky. But yes, he is not fully potty trained. So if anyone else has had issues with their kids just not being potty trained at 4 and not wanting to potty train, I would love to hear all the tips. We've tried everything, stickers and charts and rewards and everything you could think of. Okay, so now moving on to the wall decor. So I hung these shelves up. There were 2 shelves. I hung them up a couple years ago, and I really hung these suckers up. As you could see, I could put like my whole body weight on these. I screwed them into the stud because I didn't think I was gonna move them. But I had them up for about 2 weeks before I realized I didn't like them. I don't know what it is. I feel like I always think I'm going to like open shelving, and then anytime I try to do it in my house, it feels too cluttered. Maybe I'm not styling it correctly, or I don't know, maybe it's just not my style, but I didn't love it. It kept looking a little too country or farmhouse. It just wasn't the look I was going for. So I kept them up for a couple years and just never really did anything with them. And I figured, you know what? I'm gonna finally unscrew these bad boys. It took forever and my hands kept cramping up. They were really in there, but I got them up, and I had found these 2 frames at HomeGoods. Now, I wish I had a couple more, but you know how HomeGoods is. You get what you get and you don't throw a fit, because they only had 2 of them, but I love them. They have like a burl wood look to them. I think they're so pretty. I'm either gonna have to get family photos done or find prints on Etsy or something. I don't know what I'm gonna put in the frames, but I feel like these frames will be perfect to cover up these holes in the wall, because I could fill them in and repaint over them. However, I don't know what this paint color is. It was like this when we moved in. So for the time being, I'm just gonna hang them up and they're gonna cover those holes on the wall. already feel like it looks so much better without the shelves there and with these prints up there. Let me know if you guys have any ideas for what I should put in these. For now, I'm thinking I want to find prints for the wall, but what kind of prints would you put on a dining room wall? We don't have any family photos. We've actually never gotten any done since having kids, so I definitely need to do that. But for the time being, what kind of prints would you put in dining room frames? So now it is time for the bedroom, and this is one of those areas that I've been thinking about cleaning for a while. I just wanted to do a deep clean underneath our bed. I actually thought it was gonna be way worse. I thought it was gonna be very, very dusty and have a lot of items under there, so it wasn't that bad. Now, I wish I got a full before shot before we took off the mattress and the box spring, but I cannot find what happened to that shot, so this will just have to do. So I'm just going through and cleaning out all of the things under the bed, vacuuming it, dusting it. I'm also going to clean off the nightstands and do a little bit of redecorating. I want to add in like a little bit more color and warmer tones, and I wish I could switch out this rug, but I just really don't want to spend the money on a rug right now because it just feels like everything is the same color in here. A lot of beige, a lot of gray. So I am going to be doing some decorating on the nightstands to try to add in a little bit more color, and I also hope to switch out the artwork above our bed. That one is a little too neutral for me too. Maybe I can thrift something. I don't know, we'll see. Now, I love a decorated space. However, my nightstands, I do try to keep a little bit more minimal just because we have so much stuff on them every night. I always have a roll of toilet paper in case I need to blow my nose, my water, the baby monitor, my cell phone, chargers, all the things. So I don't like to have too much decor so it doesn't feel overwhelming at night. However, I love how this turned out. I always tend to lean towards blues when decorating, but I think I'm starting to realize that it doesn't have to match. Like, I just added in pink and some green, and I think it all looks great, and it makes it have a little bit more, I don't know, character in here. It feels a little bit more homey. Now, the next step was actually unboxing our new mattress. So I was very excited about this. I want to say we got our old mattress 7 or 8 years ago, and I didn't think I had a lot of issues with it. It was fine. I definitely didn't sleep the best, but I didn't think it was the mattress's fault. I actually thought I had a pillow issue. I kept switching out pillows trying to fix the problem. But something I didn't like about our old mattress is it had fiberglass in it, and I've seen a lot of stuff online about it, how it's not great to have fiberglass in your beds. You definitely don't want to like unzip it and let the fiberglass get into the air or anything like that. So that had definitely been bothering me. So I had this brand reach out to me, and they said they wanted to work together on a video to try out their new mattress, sleep on it for a while, try it out, and give you guys my honest opinion. So that is what this is. This is from the brand SweetNight, and this is their new CoolNest mattress. Now, I will say I absolutely love this mattress, but before I go into my opinion and my review, let me just tell you a little bit about the mattress itself. So this is the CoolNest mattress. It's a perfect blend of cooling and support. It has their new CoolNest system, which keeps you up to 8 degrees cooler, and the cover has 3D weaving technology, which actually increases airflow by 35%. And it really does have like a cool to touch feeling. Now, another great thing about this is it has 3 layers of comfort sponge. So it has an ocean memory foam, a transition comfort foam, and a 5-zone support foam, which work in harmony to contour to your body's natural curves, providing target pressure relief. And it also has motion isolation, ensuring that you get uninterrupted sleep. Now, something that was so important to me is it is completely fiberglass free. So there's no fiberglass in here. All of the materials are certified safe and non-toxic. They're certified by CertiPure US and Oecotec certified. So, like I said, I wanted to give you my personal review. I absolutely love this mattress, you guys. It is so so comfortable. It is so comfortable. So the night before I got this mattress, I actually slept really, really bad, but I had been sleeping bad for a while. And like I said, I didn't really think it was the mattress's fault. My old mattress was very, very firm, but I thought I liked firm mattresses. But the first night we had this mattress, I completely slept through the night. I was like knocked out in a deep sleep. I remember waking up and being like, oh my gosh, that was such a good night's sleep. I didn't know if it was a fluke or a coincidence or what, but I have slept so much better since getting this mattress. So I would describe it as like a medium feel mattress. It's perfect though. I don't like super soft plush mattresses because I don't like the feeling of kind of sinking in too much or feeling not supported, or sometimes you can kind of feel like you're gonna fall off the bed, like just roll right off. This one is perfect. I don't know if it's because the bottom part of the mattress feels like it's more firm and it's supportive, but it has this really thick, squishy top layer. So when you actually get on it, it's very plush. It contours to your body. It is so comfortable. So highly recommend from me. The highest review I can give. I just absolutely love it. I feel like it's at a great price point. It has a 10-year warranty, which is great. So if you guys are interested, I will have it linked down below. Like I said, this is the CoolNest mattress from SweetNight. Thank you so much to SweetNight for sponsoring today's video. Like I said, I'll have it linked down below if you guys are interested, and let's get into the rest of the video.
Lay down in this coolness now.
Now this is some artwork that I've had on the wall forever. I actually made this. So I made it as an anniversary gift for my husband for our 5th wedding anniversary. If you want to make something for your spouse, it was so easy. So this was our wedding song. It is Forever and Always by Shania Twain. So what I did is I went on Canva or like PicMonkey online. I took a picture of me and him and kind of put it off to the side. And then I copy and pasted the lyrics and put them in like a really pretty font, and kind of just played around with it, and then went ahead and printed this on, I believe this is 11 by 14. However, the white frame with the white background, it was way too much white going on, so I had this gold frame that I wasn't using, decided to switch it out. Now it didn't fit the matting perfectly, but don't let that discourage you. I sometimes will buy frames and I'm like, man, this matting is huge and I love it, but I don't have a picture this size to go in it or whatever. You can still use the matting and just tape the image to the front. That way it still has the matting around it, but you can use a different size image than the actual whole fits, if that makes sense. So I switched this out and I love it. I feel like, oh, it just fits the space so much better now. It matches the little lamp arm thing that we have on the wall, and I just love this area now. Oh, and in my next video, I did finally get prints for these frames. So don't worry, there are frames all over my house that have no prints in them. Finally tackled that in the next video that I already filmed and edited, by the way. Now something I wanted to add to our room was a real plant. So this is a real pothos plant. I've been reading a lot about how well real plants like kind of filter out the air, improve the air quality. I've actually never had real plants inside. I don't know why, I just never wanted to take that task on, but I heard that pothos or snake plants are great ones. They don't require direct sunlight, they're very easy to keep alive, and they're great for air quality. So I wanted to put one of those on this nightstand over here. Okay, so now moving on to, I guess what we call the sitting room. It doesn't really have a name. This is pretty much where all the furniture in the house goes when it gets kicked out of a different room. So that coffee table was from our living room originally, and the side table was a table that we were using in my son's room, and then the living room, and then the artwork, and then the bookcase is a bookcase that I bought, and I didn't love the color, so I do think I'm gonna paint it. But like I said, we don't have a real usage for this room. So anytime we don't know what to do with certain furniture, it ends up in this room. And I think because of that, it can end up feeling just messy and not put together. So my goal today was just to try to make it work. You know, I want to move things out of here and switch things up and get it more cohesive, but I figured I could get it looking nice in the meantime. So that's what I'm doing right now. Now I was really struggling with getting these flowers to stay up in this vase, so I wanted to share this tip. There's only 3 of this flower, so it just kind of kept flopping to one side or the other. It wasn't filling up the vase. So what I ended up doing is kind of putting it in the middle of the vase and then taking some tape and kind of creating like a crisscross pattern so that the stems couldn't move at all, and it worked perfectly. You can't see it because it's clear, and it's just a cheap, easy fix. Now I am really happy with how this room turned out. I have to say I didn't have high hopes. My goal was just to have it look a little less mismatched, but I actually think I really like how it looks now. I almost don't even think anything needs to change. Let me know what you guys think about the bookshelf. Now that I added that little plant stand on the side of the couch, I think the 2 colors work well together. Now that end table over there, that I'm gonna sell on Facebook Marketplace. I think the like clean straight lines are just a little too modern for my taste, so that's why I kind of have it out of the way. But let me know with the bookshelf. I've had some trouble styling it. I never realized how hard it would be to style a darker bookshelf. It's just anything you put in there doesn't really pop. So I've thought about painting it like a white or a cream, and that way I could style it a little better. But now that it's in the space, I actually kind of like it. So let me know what you guys think. Now, the living room wasn't looking too bad, and if you guys haven't seen my living room transformation video yet, I would love for you to watch it. I will have it linked in my description. I'll also put a link up on the screen, but that video was a huge transformation, but this is what it was looking like. Like I said, it wasn't really messy. It just kind of needed to be tidied up a little bit. Guys, I love this coffee table. It was such a project. If you don't know, I found it on Facebook Marketplace, and I had to sand it and restain it probably like 8 times until it finally worked out. I kept trying to make it lighter, and it didn't want to be light, so I ended up staining it with early American stain, and I love it. I think it is so pretty, and one of my favorite things now is to style this coffee table. Now I have to say, if you guys are in the market for a new rug and you want something neutral, or maybe you're looking at jute rugs, I'll have this one linked down below. I love it. I was looking forever because I just really liked the look of people that had the white couches and then jute rugs. However, I've had jute rugs before, and they're usually super dusty. Like if you lift them up, there's a lot of dust under, and they're very rough on your feet because it's just a natural fiber. This rug though is, I want to say it's like 60% cotton, 40% jute, so it is so soft. It's like all of the jute is wrapped in cotton, so it's very comfortable to walk on. It's softer than my old rug. We actually will lay down on it and stuff, and the reason I picked this one out is because it was the cheapest one on Amazon. I want to say this 9x12 was $200. I love it. I think it's great, so I'll link it down below if you guys are interested. Now here is an area that I have been avoiding for so long. I don't know why though. It's so weird. I see this spot every day. Every day when I'm turning on the lamp or doing whatever, I see this down here, and it's like a little bit of Play-Doh because our Play-Doh always turns black because my 4-year-old mixes every color together. And then some old candlesticks that just need to be swept up. And for some reason, every time I've seen it for the past few months, I haven't swept it up or picked it up. I've just kind of went on my day. And recently I came across this series on social media where this girl was saying how long does it actually take, and she's doing these tasks and she's pretty much like, this is a task I've put off for 3 months. Let's do it and see how long it actually takes. And then it takes like 7 minutes. So that is what this reminded me of, because I have looked at this for months and it probably took 20 seconds to clean it. So I did that. Do something today that you've been putting off. So the next area I wanted to go ahead and tidy up was just the front door area. There's always shoes, so I wanted to get those put away into our little shoe cabinet, and then also bringing those returns out to my car so that they're already out there and I know that I'll actually get them returned. So I was just gonna vacuum around our little shoe holder, and this is actually an old toy box that we've had for years that we just use to put our shoes in. But once I pulled it away from the wall, it was so dirty, and you almost can't even tell on camera, but the amount of dust on the baseboards, they were almost like a different color. So I just went through, I don't have any dusters right now, so I just took a paper towel and some multi-purpose spray and wiped everything down, and it was such a big difference. And I did pick up a new rug for this front area. I usually stick with a jute rug for this spot. I don't know why. I guess they're usually cheaper and I like the look of them. But every so often, like every couple of years, you do have to switch them out because they can get pretty dirty. So I went ahead and cleaned this up, and then I found this really pretty jute blend one at, I want to say Marshall's. What does that say? It was like Home Goods or Marshall's for only $14.99. Now that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you feel leaving inspired or motivated, or I don't know, you're just entertained for 20 minutes or so. But thank you guys so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. If you made it all the way till the end, I would love for you to leave a comment down below, possibly subscribe. I have a lot of great videos coming soon. I have another one that's kind of like this, spring cleaning and decorating, coming up soon, where I got all the prints for the picture frames, I got some more plants, did some more cleaning, some more decorating, and then I also have a thrifting and styling video coming soon as well. So I would love for you to subscribe. And if you want to be notified when I post new videos, you can hit the little bell near the subscribe button, and that will make it so it actually notifies you whenever I post. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you all have an absolutely amazing day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!